Have you ever been at work when a key leader just leaves? Suddenly, everyone's wondering what's going to happen next. Well, today, we're diving into that exact feeling, talking about succession planning. But we're going to flip the script on it. We're going to see how to turn it from a huge headache into maybe the most powerful strategy you have for building a fantastic organization.
This question. It's the one that gets whispered in hallways, right? The one that hangs in the air when a big job opens up. It can create so much uncertainty and anxiety. Who's it going to be? And maybe more importantly, how are they going to decide?
Because let's be real, if there's no clear plan, that simple question can totally spiral. It can turn into chaos. We're talking about teams getting pitted against each other, this creeping feeling of unfairness, and pretty soon, everyone's convinced it's all just about office politics, not who's actually best for the job.
And that right there, that brings us to the first big idea, the hidden succession crisis. See, it's not just about finding one person to fill a seat, it's about the ripple effect an unplanned move has on literally everyone in the organization. Okay, so look at this. It's like two different universes side by side. On one side, you've got the unplanned path. It's a recipe for conflict, a sense of entitlement, and you can just watch morale and productivity take a nosedive. But then look at the other side. A planned, strategic approach, it does the exact opposite. It builds unity, people feel like the system is fair, and productivity goes up because everyone can actually see a clear path forward for themselves.
So how do we get on that better path? Well, it takes a really fundamental shift in how we think about this. We have to stop just reacting when someone quits and start being intentional about building our team's future, like every single day.
And the key concept here is something called organizational continuity. I know, it sounds a little corporate and jargony, but stick with me. It just means weaving succession planning into the daily fabric of the company. It stops being this big, scary, one-time emergency and just becomes a normal, healthy, continuous part of how things work.
And that's the absolute crucial point. This isn't a fire drill. This is architecture. You're not just running around trying to patch a hole in the wall. You're thoughtfully designing and reinforcing the foundation of the entire building, making the whole thing stronger and more resilient for whatever comes next.
All right, so how do we actually start building this? Well, the very first, most practical step is to create super clear career paths. It's basically like handing every single employee a roadmap that shows them, here's where you are, here are the places you can go, and here are the steps to get there.
And here's a fantastic, simple example of what that could look like. You can just see the journey, right? From junior associate to senior, then to team lead, and up to manager. When people can actually see a path like this, all that messy uncertainty just gets replaced by clear, focused motivation. They know what they're aiming for.
But you know, a map is only really useful if the rules of the road are fair for everybody. And that brings us to the second pillar, governance. We have to design systems that guarantee the whole process of moving along that career path is transparent and fair.
Just think of these systems as the antidote. They're the medicine for all that jealousy and conflict that can totally poison a workplace. When people actually trust the process, they can just focus on doing great work instead of getting tangled up in who knows who.
And this fair governance thing really just boils down to these three key ingredients. First, transparency. Everyone knows the rules of the game. Second, consistency. The rules are applied the exact same way for everyone, no exceptions. And third, accountability. Decisions are actually explained and justified. You get those three things right, and the amount of trust you build is just incredible.
So when you combine those clear career paths with that fair governance system, you get to the ultimate prize. You actually start to change the entire culture of the organization.
And this right here, this is the heart of it all. This is the big idea. The goal is to build a culture of performance rather than a culture of entitlement. It's about creating a place where everyone knows that opportunities are earned through your talent and your contributions, not just because of who you are or how long you've been around. And what's the result of that kind of culture? Well, it brings us full circle. We get that enhanced unity. We get that increased productivity, the very things that the unplanned, chaotic approach completely destroys. And that feeling of fairness, it becomes the bedrock of the whole organization.
So that's really the big takeaway. This is so much bigger than just scrambling to fill an empty chair. When you architect your future this way, you're not just reacting to change. You're actively building a stronger, more unified, and way more effective organization starting right now.
So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Is your organization consciously designing its future with clear paths and fair systems? Or is it just reacting to whatever happens today and hoping for the best tomorrow? The answer to that question really does make all the difference.